It's time for a Lion Vision update with UNA head baseball coach Mike Keene. The UNA baseball team rolled out 3 wins over Miles over the weekend before falling to Trevecca in a midweek game on Tuesday night. And coach, let's start with the 3 shutout wins over Miles. Outstanding pitching performances from Tyler Joyner, Shane Priest, and Lane Wallace. All 3 pitching shutouts. Just how good was the starting pitching over the weekend?
Obviously, it was great. And Miles is a good ball club. I mean, anybody that came out to the game, you could see that's a very talented ball club. So we're real fortunate to pitch as well as we did. And it's always nice to get Tyler Joyner out there and do what he did to get that first game in that series a win. We had our offense kind of was up and down early in the game. Then we kind of put it away late. They walked some guys for the 10-0 lead. But, Tyler wasn't quite as sharp as against Nova, but he was still pretty sharp and, obviously get us started. Then you can't say enough about Shane Priest. As you look up there, and you didn't notice, but he was 1 pitch away from, or 1 out from getting a no-hitter. Then obviously when he gave up that hit, Miles went crazy and he kind of lost his composure, but it was nice to see Wall come in and finish it out. And then Lane Wallace to come in and pitch like he did the last game was real good. So obviously Coach Hancock prepared him with their catchers to call a really good game and very excellent pitching weekend for us.
Let's talk about Kyle Hubbock for just 1 second. He tied Josh Willingham for 2nd place on the school's all-time home run list with his 3rd home run of the season against Miles in Game 3. Then in the midweek matchup against Trevecca, he blasted another home run for his 4th home run of the season. He now trails Alan Pate's school record of 34 career home runs by just 3 for Hubbock. I mean, what does that honor mean for him, and how good has he been so far to start this season?
Kyle's been obviously between him and Alan Pate. They're the difference between some of those other guys because Josh obviously played 3 years, but Alan was a 4-year starter. Similar to what Kyle, we did actually redshirt Alan 1 year, then he was a 4-year starter for us. So, and that record's been sitting there for quite a while. So obviously Kyle continued to do well, and it shows you his consistency, especially after his freshman year, but his sophomore and his junior campaign, he's real consistent. So this year, I think right now his numbers are solid, but it's really like we've always talked about. There's even more in there for him to do. We got to get him a little more consistent at the plate because he's so strong. The more times he can barrel the ball, the more success he can have, and it's better for us. And he's had a couple up and down games, and he's had some really good games. And really, our offense clicks if we can get guys in front of him and get guys on base. The guys make a mistake. Obviously, he can hurt you from all our ballpark because he hit the other opposite field home run the other day. He's had a couple that way, but he can also pull the ball. But like right now, he's had obviously to get the numbers and the guys that he's passing. That's some pretty talented young men.
Up next for the North Alabama baseball team, it will be West Florida opening up conference play this weekend. And, Coach, clean slate from here on out. Conference play opens up. How good is West Florida, a team that you guys beat 2-1 last year to win the series? How good are they this season?
Well, West Florida is always going to be good. Mike Jeffcoat does a great job over there. He's usually they're a very sound pitching and defense team, and I know they play probably the most difficult schedule early in the season. So that's why you got to throw away their record and see where they're at because the competition has been really tough for them. I know they haven't been as consistent as he would like, but I know he's going into this weekend. It's it's all brand new. It's 0-0 from this point. It doesn't matter what your record is at this time. It's time to get after the conference weekend, just like us. It doesn't really matter how good your record is or where it is. We just got to keep getting better. Right now when our defense and pitching's been good, we've won games, but we've just been extremely inconsistent offensively. And I think West Florida's been kind of the same way. They've been kind of up and down at the plate. And that's what's probably the most frustrating for both of us is we're just trying to find that lineup that we're going to really propel us and get a little bit more production offensively.
UNA baseball team opening up conference play this weekend at home against West Florida. The weekend series has been moved to a Monday start due to weather. Yet again, the Lions continue to battle the weather to get these games in. But be sure and visit RoarLions.com to keep up with any other schedule changes for this weekend. We hope to see you out Sunday and Monday as North Alabama takes on West Florida.